So your whole unit down here is constantly wet and it's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us your story then, or your background and
Yeah.
how we're here now?
I was chugging right through life, enjoying work, getting closer to retirement, and last Christmas I started having problems urinating, and so I went to my doctor, and a man my age, you get checked for prostate, and that's what it was. It was angry, he said it's enlarged.
Of course, that's a fun conversation to have.
A month on some medication, a month down the road, nothing changed, so he sent me to a urologist. And that proceeded to have my first operation February 19th. It was that quick.
Wow.
It was a local urologist.
A month and a half.
Yeah. And it was like, this guy freaked me out too. He's like, it's the biggest tumor I've ever done. I've been doing this for 22 years. And he goes, and it couldn't be at a more worse location. Like, I can go in and it's sitting right there at the urethra coming down. And I can't turn my blade this way. And he's telling me all this to control the bleeding. And, that date comes and goes.
And it's nothing you want to hear.
No, and I thought he took the tumor out. I was in the hospital, and I thought, well, easy, wake up.
In and out.
He said, I did what I could do. Now I'm going to send you to another guy who's better than me. He's in Hershey. He goes, because the tumor has grown into the bladder. It's like a mushroom or a tree. It has roots, and we don't want to carve through and break the bladder. We want to keep it contained. I'm like, contained, like cancer,
Yeah.
Keep it contained. So my journey just really started then.
Right. And you went down to Hershey, then to the Hershey Medical Center.
We met our doctor, Dr. Keg, and we just fell in love with him right away. I mean, as soon as I say his name, I get all teary-eyed. Every time he came in the room, I'd cry.
So he's made an impact.
Yeah, he made a great impact. Him and his team, always reses. And so that was a 9-day stay. That was May 27th. 10-hour surgery. And Dr. Keg said, you are going to hate me till I'm done.
Yeah.
And you might love me later, and I'm like, I'd never hate you. But he's right. This is the toughest part of the journey right now. Here I am at home. I feel great. I look good. And the recovery is really taking its toll, and it could last a year.
What was it like to hear that you had cancer? What was that experience like?
Life changed immediately. We were driving down the road, and I looked at my wife. I said, life changer. She's like, yeah. And this is when we just got the news, so we didn't even know what we were about to get into. But it's like, this is going to change life as I know it. So, you had started chemo after February 19th. I started chemo, 4 rounds of that every other Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. That's tough. It makes you sick and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
What was the experience like, I guess, did you contact the Bestwick Foundation, or were you involved with them through Coaches for Cancer?
Bestwick got involved through Steve Greer and CVC. We started, and Team Ream was there for me too. So, my goodness, I've had 3 programs come together and help me.
Yeah.
And it's not just me, it's everybody. I was worried about, I really didn't lose my job, but my wife had to quit hers. Or to take care of me, to be a caregiver. That's amazing. When you're sick, you gotta have a caregiver. That's tough. That is tough for her.
But
I wish she could be here.
Yeah, but she is out working now.
Yeah.
And then you're hopefully to go back in August.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, I'm taking care of myself now better, which she needed some breaks from me still.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Right there, attitude.
Nice.
Keep your attitude on.
I'm gonna get me one of those.
Yes, sir.
And that's me.
Coach Chambers. There's about so many people in the valley wear these.
So what did Coaches for Cancer and Team Ream and all these, what did they do for you specifically?
They had, at the golf tournament, I saw a picture. I was at home. I was in the hospital. I had my surgery on the 27th. So they had a tee-off spot. They had my name.
Yeah.
Tim Frazier.
So was that the quadrathon? Was that the golf,
Yeah.
fishing, biking?
I
And
thought it was just the golf. I mean,
they've done so many events
without
now.
it, yeah.
So it's hard to keep track of all of them.
But I saw my name there with some friends
Yeah.
and ex-basketball players.
Yeah.
And I guess at the baseball field, there was another woman who works at Penn State, Kathy, and she also has some cancer problems. So the two of us together, I don't know if they put our faces out on the outfield or if they threw balls at it or what. They raised some money for us there, which
All
was
right.
nice.
That's pretty good.
We're two local kids that people can recognize.
I guess it really comes back to that helping, the community type thing, which everybody's
Yeah.
strong with here in Southern
Yeah.
County.
I mean, I've been at Penn State 34 years, so I have a lot of friends and people who know me, and where they've all reached out. The ones who retired, the ones who are still there.
The biggest way Bestwick Foundation has been involved with the CVC is that they supply a grant, like when they supply money to Coach
Okay.
vs. Cancer.
Well, that helped us so much because trips to Hershey once a week,
Yeah.
and my wife stayed at the Hope Lodge for 9 days.
The Hope Lodge is a huge beneficiary from the
Yeah.
Bestwick Foundation as well.
Yeah.
Because I think you've something like 70% of all the people in the Hope Lodge come from Center County, from this area.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Trips to Hershey, they get old, missing,
Yeah.
missing a day of work, meals.
Yeah. So, could you explain maybe what the Hope Lodge is for people who might not know about that then?
Yeah, what a good vibe that place has. It's for your caregiver, basically. And if I'd have had treatments there every week, I could have stayed there too. But after my release, I came straight home. But for my wife, it was a place for her to stay and be comfortable and right beside the hospital.
Yeah. So she has a room. It's not like a hotel room.
No, it's
a
very
comfortable room.
Very comforting. You have your own room, and it's kind of like you're in your own house. Your kitchen's yours. They give you a tray in the fridge that slides out. You're expected to clean up after yourself, and it's so clean, but what a great vibe.
Yeah.
The place is really nice.
And there's been people who applied for grants. If they have a car which can no longer get them to Hershey.
Yeah.
I think they've helped them in some ways like that. They've had families who, if a loved one, I believe, was to pass away, they would help step in and make sure that people can get back on their feet and restart those ways. And I know they've been involved with the Tides program for children who've lost a loved one. So I know that they've done a lot within the community, and it's funny because it's like, well, have they done this, that, or this or that for you? Because it's always trying to figure out they do so much.
They do.
And that's one of the reasons as a cycling club we're huge fans of them.